And good evening, everybody. It's another Thursday night. We are spanning the globe tonight. I'm gonna take these off because I can't read. Too dark. Sorry about it. Thought I'd try it a little different this time. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. Let me get my banners going here. I'm a little out of sorts tonight. There we go. So, joining us tonight, Mr. Richard Ward, the warden.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
And we got Kevin, but he's having some technical difficulties. So we'll bring on Andy, Mr. Andy Bulger,
Hey, everybody.
the Cincinnati Bengals fan.
What's up, Andy?
From parts unknown. It's from parts unknown. I got to come up with fictitious towns for you guys. And then I got a special guest tonight that I'm gonna bring on. This is the winner of the giveaway belt from last week. Oh wait. Here's Kevin. Hold on, bring on Kevin. There's Kevin. What happened?
I farted and my internet went out.
Okay.
Talk about a blowout.
I'm trying to catch my fart in a bottle so I can sell it for $2,000 to these people that are buying this $3,500 belt at WrestleMania.
It's gonna be
If
one
you're
of
that
those nights.
stupid, I got something for you.
Okay, now we'll bring our special guest tonight. This is the gentleman who won the giveaway belt last week, Mr. Nicholas Sankey. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, thanks.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, Nick.
Very happy for you.
Thanks.
I'll send you a bill. Let's welcome
No,
our
it's very
viewers
cool.
tonight.
Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Nor.
What's up, Nor?
It didn't work out quite. Didn't quite work out like we practiced it last week. But there's Nathan. Hey, Nathan. Unique spirit. I've got to get these earbuds. I've got a slight delay in my earbud, and when I talk, I hear myself a half second later. It makes me stutter and slur my speech. The Unique Spirit is the one of the sponsors for our show, which I'll get to in a moment. Drew Aldridge Boyer.
Hey, Drew.
Good evening.
What's up, Drew?
I don't know what that is, but okay. All
A
right.
wicked echo.
Wicked Echo.
It's an echo.
Wow,
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is a bad
somebody
echo.
got it.
I was about to say,
Hey, who's
I get
going
e-hoes all the
e-ho?
time messaging me on Facebook. I want to get back to the giveaway belt here in a moment, but first of all, I've got a belt of the week. It's a brand new belt and one that you guys are probably going to be surprised I own in my collection because you know I'm an NWA guy. And I'll talk about this belt here in just a second, but let me find it. This is the belt of the week.
We lost the host.
Mark is playing the guitar while showing that video, so he'll be right back when he gets
I'm back. I dropped my glasses on the keyboard and knocked myself out. Man, this is gonna be one of those nights. I can tell. Okay.
Martin in
this
the
is
jar.
Winged Eagle. Yeah. I might buy one of those. This is the Winged Eagle.
This is the belt of the week.
Dream Championship belts. This is Tanvir Khurshid. I hope I pronounced that right. I know he'll be watching the show. But really nice belt. Now, he didn't send the tip. I put the tip on myself. I got this from WrestlingSuperstore.com because this belt had a tip, the original belt. So, anyway.
Belt.
Gotta have the tip.
Yeah, got to have the tip.
Nothing but the tip.
Comedy of
That
errors.
echo is somebody is.
I don't hear it.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
Is it me?
Well, let me mute each one of you. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm gonna bring one of you on one at a time. Okay,
Hello?
Richard.
Hello?
Hello. Everybody nod your head because I got you muted. Is it him?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Don't know what's going. He got a new microphone, so he's going to have to work out his.
Well,
I
it
don't
just
hear
might be that the audio is also coming out of the tablet or whatever he's using it plus his headphones. So that
Yeah.
Ah.
just turn it down on your tablet or device, and that way it'll just go to your headset.
Yeah, he just got that. What, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah. You might try pulling it back down closer to your face because I think that might have something to do with it. Maybe. I don't hear an echo. I hear it sounds like you're across the room.
Do you hear it now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's coming out of the speakers of whatever he's got going on. Plus,
I'm gonna mute myself. And then go to the settings and try and fix it.
Okay.
or if you can just take it out of your headset off and hear it through the regular device, it might work that way too.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you. I'll show us belt again.
What about now?
Dream Championship belts. He's
You hear
got.
the echo?
You hear it now? Okay.
What about now?
It must
What
not be
about
the
now?
Mm-hmm.
distance, but
Maybe if Richard leaves and comes back in.
yeah, try that. Try that.
All right, let me try it.
Okay. So, let me go back full screen.
All right.
Dream Championship belts. He's got some more in stock. I think he said 33 of them. So if you want one of these, I don't remember what he charges for them. I bought these quite a while back. It's a very nice belt. Very nice belt.
Since he's out of here, Andy, say something.
Hello. Still echoing.
There's the echo.
Is that the echo? Am I
Talk
echoing?
again.
You're. I think
Let's go.
I can hear myself echo when I talk.
I don't hear it. I've got another belt of the week I'll show here in a little bit, but first of all, I want to get to our to our guest, Mr. Nicholas Sankey. I got him muted. Sorry, let me unmute him. Whoops. Where'd he go? There he is. It won't let me unmute. You have to unmute yourself. I can't unmute.
There we go.
There you are. Okay. All right. You were number, I think, 92. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay. In the randomizer. Okay. And
Yeah.
you're from Wisconsin, correct?
That's correct. Southern
My
part
wife's
of
from
Wisconsin.
Where?
The southern part of Wisconsin.
Okay. My wife is from Wisconsin, southern part, around Eau Claire. Yeah, around
Oh,
Eau Claire.
okay. I'm just 20 minutes south of Madison.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Good to have you on tonight. You were the lucky winner, and you received the belt. When did you receive the belt?
I Tuesday.
I know you got it pretty quick.
Yeah, it was very quick. It was either Monday night or Tuesday morning.
Good deal. And you got it there handy?
Yep, I got it.
Look at it.
Right
There it is. There it is. That's a beautiful belt.
Yeah, it is.
What do you think of the ox blood? That's a different color. for that
It's
kind of belt.
great. Different and unique.
Yeah.
So.
Unique. That's who made the belt.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations and thanks for being a member.
Yeah, I appreciate everything, guys.
Good evening, Jason, friend of mine. Carjo, Oklahoma. So, how long have you been a member of Wide World of Belts?
It's a year. Is how long? Yeah. Pretty much when
From
the
the very
group
beginning,
started.
I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
I usually hop in the belt groups right away. I've been in and out of this stuff since the the old talk chat stuff, like the early '99, 2000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Those days.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm getting
okay.
a little bit
So
of a
I'm sorry. In addition to that belt, how many belts do you have in your collection currently?
I think we're at maybe 45, 50.
550. Okay. We got Richard 4550. Wow, I was getting Richard on the show.
Yeah. 2012.
See, I'm on my
Yeah,
phone now,
Richard is-
so there's no
Richard is
echo.
not here, so don't worry about it.
All right.
Somebody just messaged me said that I was the only one that wasn't echoing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I put my phone on.
you just got congratulated by the maker of the place for that belt. So
Thank him. Appreciate it.
you did a good job. So 4550 belts. When did you start collecting?
About 2012 was when I
About 10
got,
years.
got my first one.
What was your first belt?
NWA, the premiere, the Dome
Oh,
Globe.
okay. The Dome Globe. Okay, I've got that.
Yeah.
Richard's got that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think James has one too. James isn't on tonight for some reason.
James has one by Lucky Hands.
Yeah. Mark's blood. Yeah. Inside joke. All sorts of congratulations from guys.
Can we get rid of the extra block up there since he's out?
Yeah. Let me
I'm back in.
Kick me out.
I kick
There
you
you
out.
go.
Yeah. Out you go. Show the door. So, are you a collector of NWA belts, or are you just eclectic? Or
I collect territorial, NWA, AWA. Growing up in Wisconsin, AWA was the
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal for us.
well, you're right next door to their hometown.
Yeah. Where I'm situated in the early 80s and 90s, they would go down to Rockford, Madison, Janesville, where I'm from. They'd run TV tapings in Whitewater. So, I mean, 83, 84 was about the first time my dad started taking me shows, and it was AWA. That's what, was privy on our television when you have the antennas and whatnot. You could only get so much stuff.
So you got to see the AWA batches in person then.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of my first memories is going up to Milton at about 4 or 5, and it's right before like Hogan and those guys all kind of flopped out
Right.
to the WWF.
And in the King's seat.
Gianni.
I can't rearrange everybody. So. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't see AWA on TV until they got on ESPN.
Yeah.
That was toward the end, I guess.
86, 87, I know that they were doing TV tapings for ESPN, maybe 85.
Yeah.
But yeah, we grew up watching that stuff, and everything else came through magazines, It's weird, enthralled with the NWA and all the world class, of course.
Of course.
Yeah,
world class.
World class, we could get on. Me and my brother could mess around with the antenna and pull off of a Chicago station. So I'd stand there and he'd get to watch.
Oh, somebody had all the antenna.
Yeah, the old rabbit ears.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Foil, aluminum foil between the antenna.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Turn it to the left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The old days.
Wow. That's my time. I grew up watching World Class in Georgia. I started watching World Class right before the Freebird feud started, so I got to see it from the beginning. So
Gotcha.
that was pretty awesome. My first match that I attended in person, the main event was Bruiser Brody versus Kamala.
Oh.
And Buddy Roberts was the Freebird. Buddy Roberts was on the undercard with Kevin Von Erich. Imagine Kevin Von Erich or any Von Erich being on the undercard. So,
That's crazy.
I think right.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, well, I'm dying to show this off. I've been. This is probably the worst kept secret in the hobby. I want to tell a story about this first. How this got started. I think it was my first episode of this show last year. I showed off this belt. There you go. This homemade belt I made. It's a sheet metal screwed to a poster board wrapped in black duct tape. And this was This is my own creation, based on the WWF Hogan 84-85, the American Heavyweight Championship with World Class. I did my own little side plates. I came up with the USWA. This is before Jerry Jarrett did, by the way. So thank you, Jerry Jarrett, for copying my design. I painted the snap heads on. These are painted. They're not real snaps. It's actually Velcro. And when I first aired this show, somebody, and I wish I could remember the name of the person that brought it up, said, "Hey, you should have someone make that belt." And hold on, my dog never fails. He wants out when it starts the show. So anyway, somebody said you need to have that made into a real belt. So I did.
I wonder who that guy was.
I don't remember. Was it you?
I think it was me and Jose.
Maybe so. Okay. Chris. Okay. So this is going to be belt of the week number 2, and then I'm going to show you the belt. So
Hey, Chris.
take it out of full screen. I'm excited about this belt. I bought the plates from Unique Spirit, which, by the way, this show is sponsored by Unique Spirit as well as Mark Leather. So this is a joint venture. Unique Spirit made the plates, and I did the leather on it. So without further ado, I'm going to show off this mystery belt. So let me find the video. This thing turned out so beautiful. Okay, here we go. Belt of the week number 2. Here it is.
Gorgeous.
Kevin's doing this. I had him add one extra thing. Now, after I made that belt, I came up with this logo and had him add it to this belt. So, and I'm going to add it to the other one. I'm going to repaint the homemade belt. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to add the logo, and then I also had him made a logo plate. And I told him I wanted it unpainted, so he sent me an unpainted logo plate. Okay, it's not a mirror. Unpainted logo plate, but he also sent me one that was painted. And I know he's watching right now. So here's the painted one. And I asked you guys last week which one would look better. And I went back and forth on this, and I finally decided to go with the unpainted version because I can always paint it later.
Mm-hmm.
But I got some still pictures to show these belts side by side.
Yeah, that looks so cool, man.
Thank you, Nora. By the way, I told Unique, because of the fact I did show this to about a dozen people. That's why I said it's worst kept secret. I did show this to a dozen people, and I had a couple of people say they wanted one. So I told Unique if somebody wanted one to go ahead and make it for them. I don't own any copyrights or trademarks yet, but if you want one of those belts, I mean, by all means, order one. I love the belt. It's beautiful. I'm going to find these pictures here. Let's scroll up.
Does it feel awesome, though? You see something that you made with your own hands?
Yeah.
Come
This
to
is 35
reality.
years in the making.
Couldn't have turned out any better, Mark.
Oh, thank you. No, it
That's what you call an official marked leather.
yeah. And I put it on a lace strap. I thought this should have a lace strap. I wanted my special touch on it. I want to be part of the process, so put my
Well,
stamp on it.
the crowns and everything look good on it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the color just pops on this belt.
That whole belt pops. Look at that lacing.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
That's actual real leather lace. I normally use imitation lace because it's cheaper. Because this stuff is so expensive. It's not cost productive or whatever you call it. It's cost prohibitive to really do it that way. But you can't get that lace anymore. So I went with this. It's a little easier in some aspects and it's more difficult in other aspects because it's thicker lace. But there are the both of them together. I mean, there's really no comparison, but you know, what can you expect from a homemade belt? There they are.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man.
And I toyed with the idea of taking the homemade belt. I've got a thinner piece of leather, taking the plates off of it, and actually adding it to some real leather, a real leather strap with snaps. But my daughter told me, she said, no, keep it original. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'd keep it original, like I said. Put the original on top of the replica.
No, I'm talking about putting on a new strap. Restrapping.
Keep it original.
Keep it original.
I would.
I want the strap longer though. I do want to make it longer, so I'll do that. That's what gave me the idea. I thought, well, I can make the strap longer, but if I take the plates off, I might as well put on the real leather because I've got a thinner piece of leather that would be perfect that I'm not using. So, and I could do that anyway, and just if I don't like it, I could put it back on the cardboard. So. But I call this the cardboard to life belt. I don't know if there's ever been one made before. It's the first one I'm aware of, so I just call it the cardboard. You've heard of the foam to life. This is the cardboard to life.
Yeah.
And we lost Nicholas. I don't know what happened to Nicholas. He dropped off somewhere. James is running late. He will be here shortly, he said. He missed out on the debut. But anyway, I want to thank Unique Spirit for those plates. They turned out beautiful. I couldn't, I asked him one day, I said, hey, and I showed him that belt. I said, do you think you can make something like this? He said, oh, sure. So we talked back and forth and made a deal. He had the artwork to me in a couple days. I said, that looks nice. So black and white. And then he got them plated pretty quick. When he showed me the plated pictures, I thought, oh. So, yeah, I'll take it.
Not a hard one.
But he gave me a dilemma with the logo plate. He sent me, here's the painted one again. I just thought that was too much color on the belt. So what am I?
Can make that into a belt buckle.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But it's nice to have. But I can always paint the unpainted one if I decide I want it painted. But what I might do as a compromise is these letters on top, on the top banner and the bottom banner. I might paint them black just to show it off a little bit, so it'll pop out a little bit more. And
if you get that flat case I was telling you about,
oh yeah,
you could put that in the corner.
So I'm gonna hold this up one more time for those who might be joining us late. I've been dying to show this off. I just got to finish yesterday.
The ultimate reveal.
Yeah, ultimate reveal. Beautiful.
Wow.
Close up of that lacing.
Jeez.
And the lacing being real leather makes that belt a lot more flexible.
Oh yeah, I love the leather cut. This is the leather cut I wanted for my American Heavyweight Championship, and I didn't quite get it like this. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. So.
That rope around the edges came out good too.
Yeah. Oh, he gold plated the. I wish he hadn't. At first, I wish he hadn't done the gold plating around the edges, but it really makes it look more regal. He didn't do it on side plates, but I can't complain about it because my original didn't have any borders. So.
It just makes the belt more uniform.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm very happy with this. So this is the world debut of the USWA Heavyweight Championship. Cardboard to life.
Wow.
And also, I've got a couple of belts for sale. Let me show off real quick. I'm gonna sell this NWA TV championship. It's got red backing. It's made by Mayama Dasser. The leather's nice. I was going to re-leather it, but I decided not to. It's just too nice. So
Belt looks good.
yeah, it looks very nice, very clean. The etching's really beautiful.
Is that on
Make
your
sure you
leather?
put it on the Friday sale post.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I could do my own, but I lead by example. So. Anyway, that one is $350. Both these belts will be $350 shipped. And then I also got this Texas Heavyweight Championship, World Class Texas Heavyweight Championship for sale.
Nice.
This one was made by Muhammad Asif. He also did the leather on it, so it's a very nice belt. No belt tip. So this one is also $350 shipped.
Luger sold.
Yeah, the Luger sold. I just gotta add a nut to one of the posts. You had to get that in there.
Gotta get the nut in there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna get it out and show it off, and last week, and I got it out, and I got to looking, and one of the bolts looked like it was broke off, or the post was broke off. And I got to looking, it was never attached with a nut. It was just sticking out of the leather.
Mark lost his nut.
He twisted my arm, Andy.
Yeah.
He kept on showing me it.
I don't know what happened to Nicholas. He just disappeared. I sent him a message, so.
He may have just wanted to show his belt. He did.
Well, I told him he could stay on as long as he wanted to, but that's
He
fine.
might have lost the signal.
He might have. Yeah. Oh, he sent me a message back. Okay, he had little ones that needed things, so. So if you're watching, Nicholas, we appreciate you being on. Congrats again on winning that belt.
And thanks for being a member.
Yeah, thanks for being a member. We really
Congratulations.
yeah, congratulations.
Definitely.
So, anyway,
Mark, I'm starting to believe that echo might be you.
really,
So Mark's the echo after all.
Say something.
Hello. It's Mark.
Yeah, it's Mark.
is it me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have your speakers on your computer as well?
No, I
as
got earbuds in.
But did you turn off the sound to the computer? Because sometimes it'll still come out of the computer, and because something's picking up twice.
It's this guy.
It's not coming out through the speakers, but we did a Zoom meeting last week with somebody, and I had to change it because the internal microphone was squealing, and so I'm gonna have to change. Let me work on this a little bit.
It's not when you talk; it's when we talk. Oh, wait a minute.
No. Yeah.
There you go.
Sounds like we're in the Grand Canyon.
That's what leads me to believe that it's
Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm gonna work on that for a minute. And while we're doing that, Kevin, why don't you talk about the situation that occurred yesterday? But I'll mute myself, and I'll just listen.
No, because you're. I mean, you can just what a
The echo's gone, by the way.
Yes, it is.
What a crappy day. Thanks to some friends who had messaged me about me being in a scammers post.
Ridiculous.
A guy by the name of Trav Walt made a trade with a belt, as well as selling a belt. It was a cash plus trade or whatever. I took 2 belts on to help him get the price down of the belt he wanted. And it turned out he paid like $1,100 plus the 2 belts in trade. So I did what I normally do, box it up, shipped it by UPS, shipped it right to him, showed him the receipt. He was tracking along the way. I was tracking. Mind you, this is January, mid-January that this happened. And here it is, April, and a scam post pops up. So anyway, I asked him, when he got it, I want to do a reaction video and post it on Mark. You need to mute that I wanted to post a video on our page about it, and because I kind of wanted to do that more on our page, live reaction videos. And he sent me a message back. Well, it'll be so cold here. I want the box to warm up for 2 or 3 hours before I open it. Didn't strike me, man, because like I said, I didn't think anything was going to happen. But now in hindsight, I'm like, that was, I guess, should have been the first red flag. So the belt says delivered, and I get a message from him and pictures that he's showing me that the box is empty. All the wrapping papers in it, the bubble wrap that I did. I left him a kind note in there about enjoying the belt. All that stuff was put back in there, except for the belt. So he said, "There's no belt on there," and I said, "Well, that's crazy, mind you." The shipping weight said I think it was like just before 8 pounds or something. And on the receipt it shows what the shipping weight was, and he says it was empty when he got it. So I said, well, hold on, let me get off with you, because we FaceTimed, and I said, let me get off with you, and I'll immediately call a favor into PD down there and get somebody there when the truck comes in, and the delivery driver, just to check the truck and talk with the delivery driver if anything was odd. He said, no, don't do that, don't worry about it, I know the driver, he wouldn't do something like that.
What?
I said, okay, all right, well, whatever. Need to go ahead and file a police report and file, with UPS. I did that stuff on my end with the UPS, but he didn't want to file a police report, and he didn't want to file with UPS that, the belt's missing. And he gave me the excuse, well, I'm busy right now, I can't, and I'm getting ready to go out of town to a wrestling show. I just don't have time to mess with it. I don't believe if he said he'd do it when he get back. I don't believe I showed you all these screenshots. I think I showed a bunch of people. So I did all that. And I said, I'm hoping it'll turn up. When you get back, we can go live and put the word out. Or we can put the word out tonight and go live, or make a post about it together, warn people about, this belt, look for it if you see it in post or whatever. Didn't want to go live. And then he didn't want to do the post thing with me. So I said, okay, well, we can just sit tight and see if it pops up. I'll immediately let the admins know. I let Dustin King know. I let Mark, I let you know, even though we monitor on the page. I let a bunch of other admins know, let Dan know in case it popped up on Belt Talk. Check Craigslist. Maybe somebody didn't have something, but then I asked him, I said, with things, some red flags starting to pop up, I asked him to send me a picture of the box that it was in. And he was showing me the pictures. And then one of the boxes, the bottom of the box, I usually use duct tape on the bottom of my box and the top of the box. And because I can initial it and it'll stay on it, I use my initial, which is a squiggly K. It kind of looks like a marking that all UPS people do, whatever. So people don't really pay attention to it. But if you put it on clear tape, it kind of wipes off so it doesn't stick. So I use duct tape. Well, thankfully, one of the pre-packaged pictures shows that when I was showing him the belt being boxed up and taped up like normal people do, but it was in the background and it showed there. And then when he showed that picture to me, you can see that the duct tape is gone. It rips my initial in half, and then it's just clear tape putting it back over, but you can see on the top where the duct tape was. And I said, well, I can tell you that somebody opened that from the bottom before it got there, or I didn't believe anything yet. I was trying to be positive about it and not to be because I don't think the worst of people right away. So
benefit of the doubt.
What's that?
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the heat of anything, I was believing the guy and not catching these red flags immediately. And I said, well, that's had to be what happened. And he gave me, well, it was sitting in Chicago for an extra day, which it did. It sat in Chicago for a full 24 hours for some weird reason and didn't move at all before moving again out to him. So then I said, I'm sorry about this. And we talked, long story short, we talked since January 26th all the way up until, last week before he made this post or whatever, trying to do more things, asking him if he had, filed a report. And I checked with UPS, and UPS said, they're looking into it. They'll have whoever their insurance or whatever people that do or somebody that does their look into stuff would look into it. but they needed the other person to do some stuff too, whatever. So I kept talking with him, whatever, this, that, and the other, and he was upset, and I felt really bad. And so I said to him, I said, he just kept going on with how, he didn't have much more money, and he was going to buy more belts from me, and I was going to sell 2 more belts, I think, the end of summer that he wanted. And I said, okay, well, how about I give you another discount, a bigger discount on the belt that you want at the end of this summer? And he's like, well, I don't think I can afford that, so I don't want that. I said, well, I can give you. I said, here, I'll do this. I'll send you your 2 belts back that I didn't really want to begin with but I was helping him get the money down in trade. He said, no, I don't want the belts back. That should have been a red flag again because this is not my fault. This is him in UPS. I didn't lose his belt.
Right.
So he claims loss. But if somebody's offering me anything back that didn't have anything to do with it, I would have jumped on it. Would anybody here? I would think anybody with common sense would jump on that. Mm-hmm. No, I don't want that. I was like, well, hey, I got an ORM TV title. It's worth $700. I'll send you that, and I'll eat some of it too. After I posted,
can't show it off.
Yeah, but he's deleted the post because it didn't go well for him at all. It didn't, So he declined that. So we kept talking, and mind you, I offered this to him 3 or 4 times, during the process. My last offer to that was like in middle December when I was middle of February, and then when I started to go back through stuff, I was like, man, there's too many red flags of him not wanting anything. And then, all he wanted was, well, I want $1,100 back since it was like a $2,200 deal. That's what I want back is $1,100 in cash.
Right.
And I'm just not going to do that. I didn't lose the belt. You didn't want to do anything to try to find the belt. You didn't want to help me try to find the belt. You didn't want to do a post. You didn't want to file with UPS. You didn't want to file a police report. You didn't want to do anything. You didn't want to have me, stop the driver. You said you knew the driver and that he wouldn't do such a thing. It's kind of odd to me again. And mind you, I have all these messages because we've been messaging since January when he got the belt in January, or when he got the box on January 25th. Mind you, it shows the shipping weight. And I posted a screenshot. I think only one of his friends defended him. I know it was a friend because it was on his friends, but he said, you send an empty box. That screenshot you show you fake. I said, that was from the tracking. But I said, okay. So I sent that guy the actual receipt I got from the store when they weighed it. Then I also sent a picture of when we were conversing back and forth about where the thing was. You get Siteneck build up. He had, the Trav guy had posted a screenshot of tracking from his computer on the left side. So I was like, so how can I fake something that he just posted too?
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, I even got charged because the belt weighed, I guess when it went through one weight station just before getting there arriving, the belt weighed like half a pound more or fourth of a pound, whatever. So I got charged $3.75 like 2 weeks later after I mentioned it for them to look into it. They're like, oh yeah, this belt weighed more when it got there than what their scale must have been off. So it's like, y'all gonna charge me more after the fact. So anyway, that was just another funny side note.
So, the air's kind of heavy over there. So.
Yeah.
That was just totally weird. But then he comes up with a thing. Well, how about this? He goes, since you're going to give me I think it was a $500 discount, $500 to $600 discount on a belt at the end of the summer. Can you just apply that to the $1,100, which would be like $1,800, and just send me that tag belt? I have a tag belt that was American plated and whatever, American made, whatever, CS made plating, and it was going to be it was worth about $1,800. And he said, how about just sending me that? So now he's applying thin air discounts as their money to add on to the $1,100 he thinks I owe him, and me to send him on a whole new free belt. After that, I said, man, I don't know what you're getting at, this, that, and the other. But I kept talking with the guy. The only time I didn't respond to this guy was the week that I was in a hospital, and then I responded to him right after that. And I think that was Mark when he was messaged you about posting belts for sale in our thing because he needed to sell some belts. Yeah. So again, this guy makes this post, and there's no evidence that I scammed him whatsoever. I have my receipt. I shipped it. I can't make people buy insurance if he didn't want to. But my God, the guy doesn't want to do anything with filing with UPS, makes an excuse not to want to help out, doesn't want me to get the driver stopped and PD to look
Knows the
into it, file a
driver.
police report,
Yeah.
file everything.
Good friends.
Then the box being opened in the bottom and my initial being ripped, and you can clearly see it. When I don't think he noticed that when I asked for the picture of the bottom, I said, "Hey, can I see the bottom of the box too?" And he sent me that picture too, and that's when I showed him my picture, because it was cropped before, because I just cut out the box of it and just showed him the belt being wrapped up. But then I sent the picture uncropped where it shows the box in the background, thankfully. And I said, "Hey, this is what I do to my," and people that buy belt have bought belts from me or got belts know that I initial all my boxes and whatever, just so that nobody plays with it, plays no games. I just protect myself that way.
That's a good idea, though.
Didn't want to do anything, didn't want to help, and then gets on there and makes this post, 2.5 months later, that, I've scammed him and I've done something wrong, when not only have I offered belts back, offered him another belt, tried to help him in the beginning, did all these things, and you've done nothing. And then he says, people are like, "Well, he offered you 2 belts back. Why didn't you?" Well, that was early on. He didn't do it. I was like, "Oh, that was early on." I said, that was like a week after, when we started talking about what I could try to do for him. I said, "No, I offered you that 4 times, the latest of which being was the end of February. I think the last time I said something to offer on that time was February 28th. I said, so that's not at the beginning. That's a full month, almost a month and a half after you got the belt or the package." So I don't know what more I needed to do to this guy. I have my receipts, and I recommend everybody, taping it, initialing the top and bottom and the sides, wherever you put tape in it, so nobody can do it. I even initial my bubble wrap. So you're going to tell me somebody from UPS, which the bubble wrap was in there, and my initials are on the bubble wrap. I said, "Yeah, that's my squiggly." I said, somebody's going to take this belt out of UPS, take it out of the bubble wrap, then take all the bubble wrap, all the stuff that was all wrapped up, and put it back in the box and tape it up and send it on its way. And what driver would pick up a box it was a big box. It was a 14 by 14 by 14 box. I send my boxes not in a flat box. I don't fold my belts. I don't believe in folding your belt. Shouldn't do that. I send them face down and then the curved in. So appreciate it. That's how I send my belt. So it's a big box. So you're going to tell me a driver picks up a box and it says, 7.6, 7 point something, whatever pounds. And this thing doesn't even weigh a half a pound. It's going to sit here and say, "Here you go." You don't think the driver,
Well, my thing was, why would somebody just open a random box and steal something out of it?
Yeah, not knowing what the contents.
Exactly. It's not marked with a belt or anything like that, or Amazon or anything like that. It's just a plain old box.
And nobody's going to question the weight.
Everybody's wondering why I keep putting this up.
Because it all makes perfect sense now.
Yeah.
And he posted the post, and thankfully, Ethan brought and some others brought the post to my attention, and I went on there and I went and showed, because he left out a bunch of screenshots, because like I said, we have a long trail. We were talking before he even wanted to buy the belt. We were talking in, I believe, at the end of December, beginning of January, before deciding to buy the belt, like mid-January, and we were talking all throughout the shipment. He shows the picture. I show the pictures that he sent back to me of my note that's kind of ripped, saying, "Hey, I hope you enjoy this belt. Hope it brings you, lots of memories and much enjoyment as I had." So I have all those messages, and I even showed the message where the dude in the beginning says, "I'm sorry, but this is not my fault. I'm not UPS. I can't do nothing more than what I'm doing." And he sent, and I posted it in that scam post where he says, and I showed it to you, Mark, too, that I know this is not your fault. I'm not blaming you or whatever, but here you are now blaming me. So it didn't go horribly bad, and people were like, "Dude, this is not right." People, jumped on him for, dude offers you didn't do a police report, you didn't even file with UPS, you didn't do anything. If I've just lost a belt where, I'm out a total of, I guess, $2,200 in his eyes, because of what he said, the 2 belts worth that he traded to, that's fine. But if I'm out, $100 on anything, I'd put all hands on decks to get my property back.
Oh,
He didn't want to do anything because he was going
Most
out of
people
town.
would.
We didn't want to do anything. He
You
was
would
going out
think.
of town. Didn't do it when he got in town. He remained on my friends list. He was a member of this page. I didn't kick him out of this page. That was Mark
I
doing
did.
that.
I did.
Mark kicked him out of the page. I removed him out of my friends list after he posted this. And I think he said to one of his friends that, yeah, Kevin keeps removing me as his friend like every other month. I think, Andy, you've had this. Mark, you've had this. And a bunch of people on Facebook. I lose friends every month. Like 10 or 12 people every month disappear. Sometimes a week, 4 or 5 disappear on a thing. And I get the friends request me like, hey, I didn't remove you. I don't know what it is. Other people have that problem. But every time if he was removed from my friends list, I added him back. But what did that have to do with the you getting the belt?
Yeah.
Absolutely
And he's the
nothing.
one that after he posted this, he's the one that blocked me.
Well, I want to clarify. The reason I removed him from the group, one was because of the. It was apparent to me and most people that commented on his thread that he was pulling a reverse scam.
Mhm.
But another reason was because there's obviously some hostility there on his part because he calls you all sorts of horrible names.
Yeah. And I not once called him a name, not once
Right,
said anything
right.
to anybody.
And the quotes, it all makes perfect sense now. All his comments included that statement, which made no sense. But I couldn't have somebody in a group that had hostility toward one of my admins. So that was another reason I moved, because there was going to be hostility there, and we don't tolerate drama in our group, and I could just see it happening. So I just took the easy way out and took him out of the group. No muss, no
Well,
fuss.
after I had sent this and let some people know, and I talked with Muhammad at Classic Shields every now and then, and I had mentioned to him and he brought to my attention what he did, and I posted that too. I said, this is not your only time that you've been accused that you have tried to scam somebody. He scammed CS out of money, and they made a post about it, and you can look that up.
That's when the name calling started. Is when you posted that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I knew you were going to do that, MF. How'd you know I was going to do that when I've never brought it up to him?
Yeah.
Well, but
I
you
wanted this myself.
scammed CS out of money. Muhammad is an honest and humble person. He's not going to sit there and make a post. And evidently, this wasn't the first post, because if you look at that, the first time that he did it at Classic Shields, because Muhammad starts to post out, Trav Walt is at it again. And you guys can go read that. You can look up his name and whatever. I didn't read all of when his name calling or whatever. I replied 4 or 5 times to the post and showed my screenshots of what the guy was doing, wasn't doing. I offered out of the kindness of my heart initially when it happened, but as time went on and he went to no, I don't want my belts back. I want money, and then apply a discount and add that to the $1,100 that I think you owe me to split the loss. And why would anybody, if I mailed Mark mails me a belt and UPS loses it or whoever uses it, I don't blame Mark for that. If I didn't buy insurance, that's on me, but I still would never blame Mark or say, Mark, you owe me half of what that, you need to split the loss with me. You know, that makes me a good person. What makes me a good person is I'm the only one advocating when I have a dying mother in the hospital since last October. I have a terminal illness that I'm dealing with, and yet I'm still answering every one of your posts, letting admins know, talking to people as I can, trying to watch for the belt, trying to get you to go live, and we make note of what happened. But yet,
Vinny got a question.
You blame me because he was trying to smooth me along to try to get, and then 2 months later you're going to make this post.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. I don't try to be mean. I don't try to be nasty, but I'm done with you. So.
And Vinny says, what was the trademark thing you do at the bottom of your box?
Oh, it's my initials. I put my at work and on other stuff. When I was at work, I used to. It's a different initial. It's like a squiggly K that I put. Mark, I think I've sent you that picture. Have I sent it to you?
I think you did.
Where it shows it. You should show these
Yeah.
pictures.
Put it up
When I tape the box where it seals, I use tape, and you use usually duct tape that you can mark on. So half of the tape, it'll be, I'm writing my squiggly, and it'll also go onto the box. And I do that on every place that I seal the box, so that when it's peeled open, it pulls half of my initials off, and you can obviously see that it's gone. And when I was asking for the pictures on the bottom, it was gone.
You showed me the picture of the one.
Half of it was still there.
Yeah, show me the picture of the one where it got ripped off. You want me to show that picture?
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I don't have the other one.
If you don't, I'll send it to you again.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, just a second. I got to move it over to my laptop.
You can show go ahead and show the before.
Okay, I will.
And I had just sent him, the picture showing, hey, I'm boxing up the belt. And I had initially cropped the box out of it just because I wanted to blow up the belt more so that he could see it being wrapped up nicely in bubble wrap and how I wrap it, which I do to everybody that buys a belt for 20 years. And I've sold belts that are 10. I've sold belts that were $15,000. Never had an issue.
And what I usually do is take a picture like you do before while you're wrapping it, and then I take a picture when I'm at the post office.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it on the laptop. Let me upload it. Give me just 1 second.
But I mean, he said he got the box. It was completely empty, and
Yeah, we all know that.
I had a
I
box.
mean, I do feel at the end. I mean, I can't 100% prove that he doesn't have the belt, but so I
No.
can't.
Oh, he
I can't
can't
say-
either. He can't now.
Yeah, I mean that belt, that belt,
And he can't sell it.
it's a NWA 91 and 94 by Red Leather. And I've not seen it anywhere. I've not seen, somebody that's going to steal that either knows what it is or.
check Macari.
Yeah.
Okay, which one did you want me to show first?
The one that's mine, the belt on the floor with the box.
Okay,
And you can see
okay.
my initial in the background.
Okay. Let me upload it. I got it on the laptop now, so keep talking. I'll get it.
Sorry. I did everything I could.
You went above and beyond, man.
Yeah.
You know,
And this guy didn't want to lift a finger.
somebody
that was a red flag.
Yeah, somebody brought out, I think because I think in those text messages that he shows, that's the after.
Yeah.
There's the before. I had cropped it out when I sent it to him, so he didn't get it because I tried to make the belt blow up a little bigger so he could see it. But that's what I do to the bottom of the boxes, and there you can see the duct tape and my initial, how it goes onto the tape and onto the box, and you can see the box number there or whatever. But that was and I sent them after. Before I'd sent it where you don't see the box, but after he showed me, I uncropped it, and thankfully it showed in the box at the bottom of what happened. And then here's the after one that he sends me of it going. You can see my duct tape there on the top. You can see my duct tape is going all the way to the bottom. My initials going, same box, same numbers, and you can see that it's been replaced by the. Appreciate it, Vinny. That it's been replaced by the what do you call that? Clear tape.
Yeah, clear packaging tape. That's what I use is clear packaging tape. But what you do makes sense. But that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Back to the point where he did not want to contact. He didn't have time to contact UPS, this and that. I had a leather customer. I've had two belts that I've re-leathered get stuck in Oklahoma City at their processing center. For some reason, they find the box, they shove it under the table, the sorting thing, and it gets stuck there. I had a customer somewhere on the East Coast that was getting pretty upset, pretty impatient, which I would too. He was asking me, where's my belt? I said, well, I shipped it a few days ago. It should be, it's stuck in tracking. And he actually called my post office. He called his post office trying to find this belt. I was calling, he was calling. Most people would do that. This guy didn't have time. He had $2,200 worth of money that apparently was lost. He didn't have time.
Yeah, no time to take it out.
I know with most people, when a package goes, I think it's a week by the delivery date or a couple of days or whatever. Because I've done it with stuff that I've got from Amazon or just in general ordering, never with a belt thing. That I filled out a thing online and it goes to the post office that's going to receive it, and they open up and they start looking for it either around their place or they send it on to the place that it's at last, and they're said to go. And every time I've done that, it's been found and sent. But yeah, this guy didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to lift a finger for himself. And those red flags just kept adding and adding and adding up. And I did all I can. I offered, but I'm not sending him anything. I'm not doing anything because it's too evident that, who sits there and just the thing that blows me out, you add a discount that I'm going to give you on a belt further in the summer and apply that to $1,100, and and say, okay, that makes it $1,800. Send me the belt that's worth $1,800 that you got that I was looking at.
That's crazy.
He wanted cash. That's what he wanted was cash. Nothing else would
Yep.
do. He wanted cash.
That was the big red flag.
Yep.
And who doesn't want the driver stop immediately when the driver drops off something? There's nothing in it. I'd want that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was going to call in favor, call PD, said, hey, can you drive out and be there when it stops, or can you look into this for me? File a nothing. Didn't want to go. The first red flag should have been, him not wanting to go live unboxing it, and the excuse that just is beyond me. Well, it's really cold here, and I want to let the belt. I sent you that screenshot too, where I want to let the belt. I want to let the belt warm up before I open it for a few hours.
Was there icicles growing on it or something?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What do you say?
I said, was there icicles growing on it?
Yeah, that I didn't understand, and like I said, I've got so much going on. These red flags weren't hitting me until, he hit me with that money thing and applying. I was just like, nope. Now I know. I'm giving you every benefit of the doubt. I've done everything I can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you this, just to clarify this for myself. When he got the box, he didn't indicate that it was that the belt was not in there at first, right? He got the box, said he was going to let it warm up before he even opened it, correct?
No, he sent that like the day before he got the box. He had already said that.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to figure out if he received the box, he would know it was empty when he picked it up.
Yeah. No, he had sent me, because that's when I was like, hey, when you get it tomorrow, whenever, I'll have to look back through my messages. I said, hey, I want to go live with you. He said, okay, but I'm gonna let it sit for it, because it's really cold here. I'm gonna have to let it sit for a few hours and warm up.
Okay. Well,
that's like my wife. You better eat your food before it gets hot.
In my opinion, when I look back at it now, that's just the precursor to giving him time to do whatever he wanted to do. Yeah. But who also says, no, it's not the driver. I know him.
Yeah.
Secondly, okay, you know him as former LEO. I'm like, wait a minute, did you guys work together to do something? There's a suspicion there. I'm not gonna. My opinion only. Don't have no evidence of it. But I don't care if I know he's my best friend, dude. That belt ain't your truck. You didn't take my belt out of here. I'm gonna ask.
Yep.
But
you mentioned it would give him time to do something by letting that belt warm up. That's because he figured you would get the tracking and the delivery notification, so you would know when it arrived. So.
I had a belt arrive with the box was halfway. It was one of those big game boxes. Half of it, the top was ripped off, like somebody ripped it off to look inside. But when I got it, it was all there. I was so happy. But when I seen that box ripped open, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, here, Mark. I'll send you. Where is the one? It shows.
I'm gonna post a picture of this belt in the group. I've been dying to do that.
Oh yeah, of your.
Yeah, new belt day, kind of. New belt day.
Here's where I offered, the ORM belt too, and. I said, if you don't like it, you can sell it. Well, I really don't want to go through the hassle. I offered him the ORM TV belt. I really don't want the WCW TV belt. If you don't like it, you can sell it. And that's where he says right there, I don't want to go through the hassle.
He didn't want to be hassled by any of this stuff. He just wanted the money to make the hassle.
He's too busy. He's too busy.
Here's where I said, hey, you need to, let me get it right. You need to make a report with the UPS on your end. You can use the track number to select your receiver. Man, I don't even have time today or before Monday. I'm in meetings with the wife this afternoon, heading to see you tomorrow. Ugh.
What?
Yeah.
Day one, I wouldn't have been on the phone with the post office or UPS.
Yeah, where was the other one I was going to show you?
I don't know where he's from. I looked him up, but I didn't see where he's from. Do you know where he's from, Kevin?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Say. I don't want to dox somebody.
I got you.
Well, it's not doxing. He's in the Wisconsin area. That's not doxing.
Oh, he's from Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah. And what's funny is once he started getting heat or whatever, he posts on that thing. He says, "Well, I'll do anything to settle it now. I'll take the belts back." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
it didn't go your
It's the
way,
least you could do.
yeah. Since it didn't go
And
your
the post
way,
is gone now. The post is gone now.
Of course.
I have no reason to think you did anything wrong. Just don't know what to do.
So let's just go post that you're a scammer.
Yeah.
Here
that'll
it
cover
is,
everything.
showing the weight when I mailed it, my shipment receipt, the date, where where was
it's
it
not
going?
like Yeah, it's not like you can take it out of the box once they weigh it. Once they weigh it, it's in their possession.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Just unbelievable. The whole thing.
That's
Johnny
crazy.
made a good point here, and I
And
kind of
this is
wondered
when
this
is
myself.
when he believed. He said, like when it spent an extra day in Chicago, and then I got it today. I'm certain that's exactly what happened. Talking about that's probably when it got stolen, was when it spent an extra day in Chicago.
Probably.
I mean, it's always possible, but somebody on that post said that the UPS keeps cameras and watches everything. So
Oh, even in their
obviously.
trucks.
There it is. I don't want the two belts, but I believe the belt should be locked. Well, I'm trying to split it with you by sending your two belts back.
And then when he says, "I don't want the belts back,"
well, you're taking the whole loss by doing that, by the way.
I want money.
He sent me that picture. That was the note that I sent to him in the thing. That was still in there. And, the note said, "I hope you enjoy the belt as much as I have. I hope it brings back some great memories for you. Look forward to our next deal." And there's my squiggly, so everybody can see that I do that squiggly. There's my squiggly when I sign my initial there too.
Good luck forging that.
And I've done that to everybody. The people that's got a belt for me, I usually stick a note in there, or I stick a thank you in there.
That's pretty cool.
Very nice.
That's what you call
And here he is
honorable.
later on, trying to get me with that bulldog. That's the one he was. Well, man, I wish I had the money for that deal to buy a bulldog. So somebody that I've evidently scanned, he's still trying to buy belts from me, or trying to sympathize, trying to get
Let me get that extra discount.
Yeah.
You look up at the night sky, you see that really thin, dim star. That's him. He's not the brightest star in the sky.
No.
Well,
The
look
lights
who
are
joined
on,
the
but
party
nobody's
late.
home. Hey,
Hey, guys.
Late.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey, James.
There was a squiggly on the packaging that he showed me. My squiggly was still on it.
Yep.
What's funny is this person really did some nice opening to get whoever stole it, because that's a tape line up there that I was able to actually get it to stick on it and onto the bubble wrap. So they pulled that out. So whoever took it out of the box really did a nice job, because that's a tape where tape is. That's where tape is. So they really did a nice job pulling that out neatly. They must have had a lot of time to steal that out of the box, putting that all nice and
And they were very meticulous about putting the box back together. I mean,
Yeah. all
most
the
people
paper.
steal stuff, they're going to take off with it and not worry about cleaning up the mess.
Um,
Yeah, I had a deal.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm a little bit late to the game here, but
I had a couple of years ago, I bought those WWE ring giants, and I bought a bunch of them. And there was two of them missing, and the guy took a picture of it when he sent it. And there was a Ted DiBiase and there was a Kurt Angle. They were both missing. So I'm like, I know what happened. I said he kept those two. It's like, I put them in the box. The post office must have removed them.
Of course.
no, yeah. That evil post office.
They live to open
But,
packages and take
that's the first time anybody's ever, accused. I've sold belts that are over $15,000. I've sold Reggie's that are 10 to 15, ring used belts. Everybody's got everything. I haven't done anything to anybody in this hobby. My DMs have always been open to answer questions. Anybody, I've sent people free belts.
I like that WCW one that you had.
The tag.
I think it was was it the tag or was it the Vader style belt?
The 91 to 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about. But I was like, I still kind of, he was sending one of the belts that he traded partly was the exact same belt, but made by Nawaz. And I was like, well, if it looks good, I might keep it for a little bit, but I had planned on even selling both. So I have that that belt. If you like that belt, you can have it for very, 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 very cheap. Nawaz WCW 91 and 94.
There you go, Richard.
There goes another one twisting my arm.
Yeah. I forgot to tell you, Kevin, I want to pass on it. I bought a couple of more belts instead.
Yeah, if somebody wants, because it just disgusts me to look at it. I have a WCW 91 and 94, made by Nawaz. The leather is, and I'm a stickler for leather. I wouldn't even re-leather this one. That belt's normally $350 from him. I want it gone. I want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with any of his crap. $200, Shaw, yours.
Nice.
Mark, you can put up a picture of it if you like.
I was thinking about that. Let me finish my deal here.
I want to thank for all the people that stood up and stood up for me and stood up for what was right and didn't allow it to happen. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the messages and all the people that have done deals before.
And Mr.
You
Walt
know
took a
what?
beating in that post. So
There's all too many good guys in this belt hobby today, like yourself, Kevin, Mark, James, and Andy. You know what I mean? And it's stuff like this that just puts a black eye on everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something the hobby does not need once again.
right.
I mean, he was also kicked out of other belt groups for some other drama, but I didn't want to know any of that. I said, I don't care. But he had been removed from a bunch of belt groups for something that he did too. I don't know what it was.
Okay, I'm putting a picture up here. I'm just gonna put the one picture up. If they want more, you can show them. Give me just a second. Here we go.
PM me and
There it is.
What's up, Mark Liberty?
Oof, that's nice.
Hey,
Thanks for
Kevin.
Ultimate
coming in.
Cuddle.
Hey,
Oh,
Kevin.
I love that belt. How
Kevin.
did I see it?
yeah, well,
Yeah, I'll take it. Saying
There
that.
we go.
there we
Oh
go.
yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna pass that up.
Sold.
I'll take it.
Sold.
Look at that. That's gorgeous.
Oh,
Hey, I
wait a
feel
minute. I need to interview you. Hey, Andy,
Yes.
you don't know your mail delivery person. He's not your friend, is he?
Screening
I can't
process.
give away secrets like that, Kev.
Well, I just want to make sure before I'm not
You don't-
mailing anybody that's friends with a mail delivery person anymore.
You don't own your own mail truck, do you, Andy?
Well, Andy's
You know about-
sitting there from. I swear, he just looks like he's an episode of the Blair Witch Project in there.
No, once you said it looked like I was on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for
I
Andrea to
I
come
got a
over
rare
your-
belt.
your-
Hold
your-
on one second.
Your shoulder.
Just
Okay,
wait
I'm gonna
till
show mine
Andrea
off
walks
again.
in,
I'm gonna
Kev.
show mine off again. Hang on. Because James was late to the party. I'm gonna show this. He's seen this, by the way. Every one of these guys have seen this belt before I did this
But-
tonight.
But while you're showing that, thanks to Carmine, Randall, Mark, Steven, Vinny, Ethan, Joe, some other guys. I appreciate. Some people that I didn't know that had done some stuff and said some stuff on there that I appreciate it. That made me feel good, and
Hell yeah, man. That looks
because it
good.
I
agitated
got a
me
belt.
so much that
Cardboard to
gorgeous,
life.
Mark.
Cardboard to life.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah,
This
that's-
is not
that's
for
nice.
sale, but
you
if
know
you
what,
want
Kevin?
one,
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Well, technically it is, but not that one.
yeah.
yeah, not this one. If you want one, contact
Thanks,
Unique
Nora.
Spirit. He can fix you up. But I can't do a whole lot of re-leathers on this because of the lacing so expensive, and plus I've got a lot of customers in line. But I'm gonna do a couple of lessons for friends of mine. But I
That
got
couldn't turned out
I
any
got to get
better,
to my
Mark.
customers.
I've got that very same shirt you're wearing, Mark. That's cool.
Hey, Marcus.
Spare?
So
Yeah.
if you do lacing now, it's gone up a little bit more because you can't get the synthetic
Right? Yeah.
lace. So it's
Yeah.
I'll show
It's,
Kevin the belt that I'm thinking about putting up.
The lace has gone from the synthetic lace is $6 or $7 a roll for 50 yards. I can't get it anymore in black. I can get white. I can get brown. Sometimes some places have brown, but I don't need brown. But this is calf lace. This is actual calf leather lace. It's like $25 to $30 for the same size roll.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. So
How much is in the roll?
50 yards. It'll do maybe 2 belts, maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
50 yards only do 2 belt?
Wow.
It's a long way around those belts, believe it or not. I mean, it's only a
Yeah.
54-inch strap, but you have to roll, basically go around each one of these little slots twice. I'll show you.
And his lacing is pretty good, man.
Oops, let me go back full screen.
Oh, he does the best lacing in the business that I've seen.
I can't say
Marcus
pretty
really
good. I
does.
said he does a great job.
Yeah, each one of these deals is twice. It's double loop
Oh,
lacing.
okay, yeah, it's not just wrapped. I see what you're
Right.
talking about. Yeah.
So, and Tandy says for like every, I think for like every inch of lace you go, you have to have 7 times that amount. So,
Hmm.
it's and it's a very tedious process too.
They have a lot of patience, I imagine.
I got another rare belt for you.
Oh, look at that.
NXT.
The Page belt.
I wish
I'm
it
not
was
going to
the.
touch that one. I'm not touching that one.
No, it's exactly what touched that one, but
Yeah. Oh, come on.
not Xavier.
Can we talk about the people that were buying that, or they had what, 5? I think we talked about this earlier before we all got on here. Had a
Let's
good
talk
laugh about it.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yeah, the people showing those, I think it was 1 of 5. It was the network belt, but it had the main plate was the WrestleMania logo, whatever. It was very cheap looking, but $3,500 for that belt, which looks like it's way lesser made than even the National Network logo.
why?
And I had joked, I was like, man, whoever buys those, I said, I got a fart in a jar for $2,000 if you want it. It's all yours.
Did you guys see? I forgot who it was. It was a leather guy in one of the groups. He did a network logo, but he did the WrestleMania logo on the strap.
Oh, yeah, Dropkick Leather.
Yeah, man, that thing was awesome. That guy did a kick-ass job on that.
Yeah, they do a great job on their leatherware Dropkick Leather.
But I ain't gonna hate. I love that Austin belt though.
Yeah, I think the first belt that I've ever thought looked good for a theme belt was the very last one that they just showed. I think it's new, the Undertaker's one. Or the Wing Eagle.
The purple
Yeah.
with the
That
black.
one
Oh, I
that-
want
That
that.
is nice.
That one, that one looks really good. That was finally
How long do
one
you
that they
think the
nailed.
boots show up on that one?
I want the original Legacy one, and I want that one, the most recent one.
I
Is
just
it
want to know where
laced?
you got your
Is it
flag
was it
from,
laced too or no?
No,
I think
no.
it
I think if you did it and maybe laced it in the purple and white that matched the theme, I think it would look good.
But I know the snap box was purple, and then the outside of it was black.
Yeah, it was.
But the leather cut was like the way they cut it. It was so perfect.
Yeah,
and the
I think it
purple and
also
gold
had, I think it also
together.
had purple. I think it also had a purple leather layer, diamond layer underneath the
Yes.
side plates. It was really good.
They
I
did a
thought it
really
was
good
really
job.
well done.
And I think you can get 2 different backings. One was gray, and I think the other one was purple, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But y'all can watch WrestleMania. Y'all can talk WrestleMania now. I don't.
I didn't watch,
too
but I
much
heard
of it.
about it. So
I watched it. Night 1 was better than night 2. I
Night
want to know where
one-
you got your
Night
flag,
one
man.
was
That
great.
flag's like awesome. I want your flag.
I'm going to tell you one thing about
An
WrestleMania.
eBay seller. It was an eBay
Really?
seller. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got to get one
Yeah,
too.
see the background. I've got a bunch of NWA.
Yeah, I'm an NWA guy. I'm an 80s 90s NWA guy. It's just what
Yeah.
I like.
Me too,
There,
big
there is
time.
one tag. There is some wrestlers that today that look very old school, and I think it's because they were working with Tully Blanchard or whatever. It's who's that tag team?
FTR.
FTR.
Yes, I watched him in the ring for the first time in an actual match, and I was like, man, they've got an old school vibe of how they
Yes,
do
they
things.
do.
Yeah.
And they even one of the guys even had like Iron Anderson's boots, the way they had the 2 stars, or maybe it was Tully Blanchard's boots had that the 2 stars. Anyway, they had an old school vibe to them. And then looking and doing a research to them, they've worked with Ricky Morton and his school before. They've worked with Tully Blanchard and Iron Anderson. I was like, oh, well, that's why.
Ultimate Cuddles needs a belt.
he does.
I did like that Stone Cold one a going away match. I thought that was good.
Did they have silver plates on that one? It looked like it was silver plates.
On which one?
His new Smoking Skull belt for WrestleMania.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I didn't see it either.
Oh, it's
I
awesome.
don't know what you're talking about.
Tell you what,
I
though,
didn't I didn't see the match. How did he look? I just know he won. How did he look in the match? Did he look?
he
stiff
went
and
good. He went good.
Good.
For, what was it? It went
looked
over what? I mean-
actually, I was really surprised at how good the match really was. Of course, it was an Austin match, so it's a brawl. He took a suplex on the pavement. He gave 2 suplexes up. Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
gave 2 suplexes up on the stage, the ramp coming down to yeah.
Couldn't have been
And
His
any
knees
better.
must have felt really good then.
It was great.
It
You
was-
notice he
it was a-
didn't give the traditional finger, right?
Yeah, man. But it's 2022. I mean, I'm cool with him not flipping people off. It was a different time in the 90s.
I gotta say,
I
though,
did see the Vince McMahon thing, and that was about some of the worst thing I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
and I'm going to defend something here. McMahon never did take a good stunner.
yeah, but he's getting up there. You know what I
He's
mean?
almost
At
80
least he
years
took
old.
it. You know.
When he bounced off the rope, he should have. Austin should.
What about Austin Theory with his when he gave him the stunner?
Was that when
I
he?
think he overplayed
McAfee's
it.
been trained. McAfee's been trained.
Yeah, McAfee went to school under Rip Rogers.
Yeah, Rip Rogers. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, at a WrestleMania, for non-wrestlers, Johnny Knoxville did good. Pat McAfee did good, and I don't really like the guy, but Logan Paul did good.
Logan Paul did great.
Well, Logan
surprised
Paul,
me
I
he
think
did so well,
I
yeah.
saw some of that. I think he did great because he was wrestling guys that were 150 pounds. So
Yeah.
Well, Ray was training him because he was doing the moves of Eddie Guerrero.
I just can't get over on the guy. I just don't like him and his brother.
I don't like him either, but I have to give credit where credit's due. What he did was actually he impressed me. He really
Like I
did.
said,
I can deal with him more than with his brother and the fake boxing crap.
I love the giant mousetrap.
The Johnny Knoxville thing was. I'm not going to say it was bad. It was entertaining. It was a horrible wrestling match.
I wish it wasn't part of WrestleMania though.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things where, it was basically what if the Three Stooges got put in a wrestling match?
Exactly.
That's what Jackass was, and it was funny and all that. But, if you're going to be one of those people and I am one of those people, I would have left it off.
I gotta give props to Johnny though. He took a lot to the face too, and he played it off. I mean, he really got hit in the face.
Dude could probably take anything from what he's taken through the
years. He takes all the pain.
You could probably literally beat the crap out of him, and he'd be able to take it.
I lost it when Wee Man came out from under the ring. I'm like, Hornswoggle!
I will say,
yeah, and getting slammed by a little person.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have to post for that.
Suplexes are spot on. I thought they looked really good.
But the most props goes to Sami Zayn for doing it, putting over Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
The best match, of the two nights, the first night was better than the second night.
Yeah. Seth and Cody was fantastic.
That was probably the match.
Did you see Roman's shoulder go out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it right on camera.
I saw pictures. People were complaining, but hey, the guy got hurt. They had to put an end to it. So
but they're gonna set up the Rock and him match. That's the next one.
I keep hearing that, but
did Rock show up at this WrestleMania?
No, his mother was in the audience though.
I'm probably gonna get heat for this. Does anybody feel like after all of, and I know he did it for money, Rhodes.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. I know he did it for money. I know he's always wanted to be in the WWE, whatever. But it just feels like he stood on the back of his friends just to get back into WWE. The guy's a great wrestler, but it just, some of it comes off that way. And I don't blame him. He was an unsigned wrestler. He can go wherever. But, all the talk that he did beforehand just kind of goes out the window. When
here's the thing, okay? And these guys can tell you, man, I trained under Shane Douglas. I'm fortunate to work with a lot of people who are in the business. You're only loyal to the promoter that's paying you at that moment. And if the next one wants to pay you more, that's where you go.
Well, I understand
and your job when you're working for any promoter is to put that promotion and the way they do things over as the number one greatest thing ever you ever blah 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 blah. This and that's what you're being paid to do because you're a spokesman as well. And when he left, he did like any other professional wrestler would do. He went and he got paid, and they were like, "Well, we'll pay you more." Okay.
Well, remember he did drop a hint with the Dusty picture with the belt.
Well,
I mean, I'm not.
And I understand what you're saying, but there's not been another wrestler that's went and started and helped started his own company and constantly trashed another. These others don't, when you don't hear WWE guys, talking or, he did all this stuff and talked about in so many interviews what WWE
and how much was Tony Khan paying him to say that stuff? Look at
He said this when there wasn't even when he left WWE.
He was
wasn't
mad
even in.
about he was mad about his what they offered him. He was mad about the way he was treated, and at the same time, maybe the environment is different now.
It brings back the old thing: never say never.
I'm not saying.
Like
I'm just saying maybe the environment is
not,
different for him.
Yeah, I'm not saying
and
one
let me
way
say
or the
this
other.
too.
It just
500,000 versus 6 million or 3 million or whatever he's making. 3 million changed my mind real quick.
That to me has got nothing to do with it. It's just saying, if all the things and all the stuff that I've heard him say, to me in the end, it seemed like money was more than your loyalty or anything. When you're talking about that, how much you despise what they did, what they stood for, and talk so much stuff. Not many other wrestlers did it, but that's what he did. Just to me, it just comes off a little bit that way. That
after working with the Bucks and people like them, maybe he realized that, like, man, these guys don't care really. And I'm, and this is just me looking at it from a perspective. Maybe he got tired of working with Omega and the Bucks.
I think he got the offer too for
that may be
the executive producer on his father's new documentary that's coming up.
And then the fans were letting him have it every week too, booing him off the stage.
Well, then that all may have played to it, but
the only thing that got me was he was complaining about injuries in AEW. That was the only thing that bugged me. I mean, I met him in person. I think he's a cool guy. But I'm
not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying how it comes across.
Yeah, money. I think it's money at the end of the day. And plus,
let me say this, guys.
More power to
it.
If
you know anything about this business, if you know anything about anybody in this business, it's always about money.
Oh yeah,
it's always first.
Just about everything is. Everything in life is. But I'm saying.
Well, did you hear the beginning of his music? Right. You hear what he says in the beginning of his music. Me and Mark were just talking about this. I think it's like what was it? There's another royal family in wrestling.
There's more than one royal family.
There you go.
To me, you lose credibility when you're trying to talk in more interviews and stuff about how something is. I just think you lose a little bit of credibility. That's all.
I'm waiting to see what he does. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt over here. But I see MJF coming over too.
Was he?
Here's what the guys don't understand. A lot of these AEW, the war only exists in the fans' minds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? These guys are friends with people who work for the other company, and at any given point in time, all a buddy has to do is make a phone call. Believe me, if Vince offers up enough money, you don't think the Bucks would give up their position and go to WWE for a while? I mean, it's all about money at the end of the day.
Yeah,
anybody over there, the Young Bucks wasn't out there trashing
any of them.
They wouldn't get away with the crap that they get away with in the ring. I hate the Bucks. But it's just it is what it is, and that's what and this is like. And I try to tell this to a lot of the people who in these groups who are pro WWE, pro whatever. This war was only created to make you buy T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm a fan of all of it. I don't care what goes on.
Tickets.
And try to sell tickets. Outside of that,
the Young Bucks, the
companies don't give a shit about the other
Young Bucks are crap.
What I could say though, it's an awesome time to be a wrestling fan. There's so much to pick from. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you don't like this, I mean, during the pandemic, I started watching all the old stuff.
We have alternatives now.
Did anybody get this? Yeah. Did anybody get the sense that crowd noise was pumped into this a little bit? On some of these entrances? I mean, you look, they show the crowd, and none of them have their hands up, and none of them.
I want to say maybe a couple of them. Yeah, a couple of them.
I was like, yeah.
But I think it was more the stars like Pat McAfee, Johnny Knoxville.
I wish I really could get in today's stuff. I really wish. I just somebody's gonna die one of these days on some of these crazy gymnastic things.
Thank you.
I believe that too.
Jeff Hardy, I love the guy, but he's got to stop doing the Swanton bomb.
Yeah, learn to tell a story in the ring. Tell the story. Yeah. Build up.
We were just lucky, Kevin, that we were blessed to see the late '80s NWA.
What's the deal with everybody punching out? Well, there were punches in it, and it looks so bad because you're not even
Yeah,
Whatever
because they're
happened to
pulling
the
it
day
back
when-
too fast.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever
it's not even
happened to the
that.
day that you
They're
put
not
your-
taught that it's all sports entertainment now. It's like Jericho hitting somebody with a baseball bat 8 times and then them showing up next week walking around.
But the
I've
punch-
seen what a baseball bat can actually do to somebody.
What about
in
the
real
bat
life.
bending on live television?
But I'm like, everything looks so bad. Go back and look at the days, 70s and 80s. And you put your hand where you wanted to hit and you actually smacked. I mean, but these guys now are not even they're getting down on a guy and they're punching the head and it's so weak looking. And
And half
you
the time
used
they're
to put
missing.
your hand there and you used to.
And they're
Yeah, you
missing
hit
half
your-
the time too.
What
I've seen
about
it
the
AEW.
what about the Bianca Belair and Becky foot to the face?
That was that
You
match.
did-
I love the match.
Did you see her roll over to her and ask her, "You all right?" And she shakes her head. She's like,
Yeah. There was
That's a great match.
what happened in the Charlotte Ronda match. Does anybody know? Because like it just ended with a boot to the face. It had a really awkward herky jerk ending to it.
I only heard about the wardrobe malfunction.
"Yeah, she had about 2 of them."
Yeah,
did?
I don't. I honestly I didn't see it. I
Yeah,
watched it.
Charlotte had a nip slip like
Yeah,
twice.
she fell out of her
Yeah.
top.
You know, I watched.
And what's the downside to that?
They blocked it out.
I can't.
I'm sorry,
okay.
but
There's
Mark
a
getting-
downside.
Mark getting in trouble by Miss Mark Leather while he stops. on
I'm
the
sorry, but that nipple's been moved more than a homeless person.
So is
True.
her whole face. She's gone from looking like a woman to a man back to a woman now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's not aged.
I love Charlotte. I love Charlotte, but yeah, she said too
Oh,
much
she's
more
great. She's great
Great in the ring.
And that dive she does off the ropes, that flip. Ooh,
Yeah, I worry about some of the women doing more of these things just because and some of these kicks and boots just because it's
especially having those tall legs, man. She slips the wrong way, she snaps her legs, and that's it.
just let them get in there and do the old school, wrestling. I mean, so much stuff is rehearsed that it comes off looking rehearsed.
Bring back the bra and panty matches.
No. How about calling it in the ring? That makes it look more realistic than anything else. How about?
I
going
think
back-
Ronda got popped real bad too during that match. I think that was another thing.
I know Charlotte was holding her ribs at the end of the match, and she gave Ronda a boot to the face, and that was the end of it. And I was just kind of like, okay, that was, I mean, once again, it's just one of those things where I see enough of it, and I know what a natural ending is supposed to look like and what looks hurried, and that looked like somebody got hurt, and that was a hurried ending.
She had that
Ronda-
red in her eyes, Ronda, like she was ready to snap.
Since Ronda's been back, her promos have been extremely weak. I mean, no
That-
emotion. It's like she's reading lines. It was just terrible.
No,
You
it's
know,
pretty much
Paul
it.
Heyman's not writing their lines now. That's why.
Yeah.
Just let these guys go. Let it flow. If they mess up, they mess up.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they would.
Let
Well,
the raw
that's
emotion.
why I only watch NWA Power.
The
Because
camera even caught Brock Lesnar
Watch.
checking on Roman Reigns after the arm popped out.
real
shoulder
promos,
popped out.
We call it in the ring. It's probably the best wrestling show on right now.
God, the WWE loves Roman Reigns, man. They have been putting him over for.
Oh yeah.
They make him a face and take Paul Heyman away from him. He'll go down.
To me, from outside looking in, it just doesn't seem like that very many people like Roman Reigns. I don't know.
Guilty.
From what I also heard, Brock automatically left the arena right after that match.
That's what he always does.
Yeah, somebody was
Elvis
saying
has
that-
left the building.
somebody was saying a couple of people from the from Jackass messed up his locker or something. He was pissed off.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't know what they
that's,
did,
that's
but they messed
smart
it
to
up.
do.
Oh yeah.
No, no.
I definitely
If
won't want
Locker
to
can
piss that
destroy
guy
you
off.
with one hand. I mean,
That's one guy you don't want to make mad. That's for
no,
sure.
especially when you're little like that. And
What did you guys think of the Hall of Fame and the Undertaker speech?
I enjoyed it.
I
Is it on
thought it was
YouTube
a
yet?
great test run for Undertaker's inspirational
speaking?
speech, public speak
Yeah.
tour. Because that's pretty much what it was. He ran down like 3 mental things that he did and a bunch of things that he learned in life. And it was definitely one of those where you pay to go sit down in a auditorium and like, this is how you can make your life better. Blah 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 blah. That was what I got from it. It was good.
It was
Mhm.
positive, man. It was real positive.
It-
then when
you
he told Vince he loved him, And
Still
Vince
trying to
told him, "I
figure out
love you."
Charmel being put in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Why?
come on. That
Why?
was terrible. I'm sorry.
All to show her walking behind Booker, waving with her crown. I mean, that's all she did. I mean,
I can
You
name
put- you
three
put-
women
you
of
put
color who
her
deserve
in-
to be there long before her. Okay?
Exactly.
China
Exactly.
by herself. China.
Or women in general, no matter what the race was.
Look, the reason why. Well, no, they went with her because because it's Booker T's wife and it's their hometown, right? Or that's where they're from.
Okay, that's
Right,
exactly.
so I get it, but like if it was because of that, which is what I heard, a lot of people say, oh, they're only putting her in there because she's a black woman.
No.
I was saying if that is the reasoning for them putting her in there is because she's female and because she has a different skin color. I can think of 3 other women who deservedly could go in there, maybe even 4 above her that could go in there before she would go in there. Is all I'm saying. One of them would be Dark Journey.
mhm.
I definitely would put her in there. Jazz,
Yes.
Mhm.
Jackie,
Definitely. Jackie, I was
Definitely.
going to say that.
Definitely Jackie.
and Awesome
Victoria. What about Victoria?
Awesome Kong, yeah. Mhm.
Kong. Victoria, she was
But-
white.
But still, with a female, I don't
I'm just
understand
saying
why
female in general.
you're making a mockery out of, even though you don't have a building for that's stupid too. They need a building for their Hall
The
of
Hall
Fame.
of
But
Fame.
you just put
Yeah.
in people for whatever reasons. You're going to defame what the Hall of
I
Fame
mean,
is
the guy
supposed
makes
to be
billions
about.
a year.
Like,
How hard
what
is
about
it to build a
China
building for?
not being in the Hall of Fame? And
They're
What
gonna
about
start
Nikki Bella? I want to see Vader
Ridiculous
do his
to me.
speech.
Oh yeah, she's got a long way, didn't she?
All right. well,
Before
let's
long,
just-
they're going to start putting the people to sell the T-shirts in the Hall of Fame.
Well, with Nikki Bella doing her thing, that was just a stupid kid moment. That's the only thing
I want to
can
know
say.
if little Johnny's going to make it to the Hall of Fame.
That's somebody had shown a little bit of ignorance. It wasn't because it was she just didn't know.
Hornswoggle needs to go in the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
I'm waiting for the enhancement talent wing to open up because
Yeah.
without them, none of these guys do get.
Oh, that'll happen before the Midnight Express gets in.
Put the Haiti kid in the Hall of Fame. What happened to him? He didn't get a
Cornette
Hall
and
of
Midnight
Fame.
Express need to be in there, but no.
And Bobby Eaton should be in there as a singles wrestler too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby Eaton could do it all.
One of the greatest of all time.
One of the
What's
greatest.
next?
He was good in the ring.
Stunning Steve Austin is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean,
Spanning the Globe brought to you by Unique Spirit and Mark Leather.
You read my mind. I was just getting ready to do that.
For all your leather needs, contact Mark Laggard. Yeah, for all your belt needs, contact.
Gotta get the get the banners up here.
Unique
And Mark Leather
Spirit.
for all the leather needs. Yeah, I did the strap for this. I'll take credit for the strap, but I cannot say enough about Unique Spirit for the plates. He did a fantastic job. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all your belt needs, contact Facebook on Facebook. Unique Spirit. He'll
Yeah.
make whatever you want. Guaranteed.
And if you're watching this show on Facebook, if you don't click on the StreamYard link, your name will show up as Facebook user, and we have way too many Facebook users. We need names. So if you click over to YouTube, go to the Wide World of Belts channel, click on there, and all you have to do is comment. You don't have to click on extra thing. Also, am remiss in mentioning this earlier. This StreamYard subscription, which allows us to go on YouTube, is part of a partnership with the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Thank you.
Good bunch of guys. So, but back to this custom belt, you can order one if you want one. I've had 2 or 3 guys I showed this belt to that said they wanted one. So I know it's a concept belt. I know it's not a real wrestling federation, but it's a beautiful belt. He did a beautiful job with it. So if you
Really
want
good.
one, you by all means contact Unique. He'll fix you up. I love it.
It's that
I guess you
old
guys didn't notice.
You should love
Pres-
it. It's gorgeous.
prestigious look belt. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it's
Very
he do a plate of it.
I think he exceeded what you imagine it would look like, Mark.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, I had it in my mind what it was going to look like, but this exceeded everything I expected.
I could picture that in one of those spread out frames with the black backing or red backing,
Yeah.
and that logo plate right in the corner.
Yeah. I had him add the logo plate because I thought it'd be kind of cool. Give it a legitimate look, you know. And I already wrapped it up. He sent me a colored logo too. It was painted, same color as this logo here. This is the reason I didn't put the painted logo on there because I already had it on the main plate. It's so shiny. The light. The light
No man,
reflects
you know
my
how
eye.
many hours went into that strapping and that lacing.
2 days.
Talk
Took
talk
2 days.
about into the night.
I stayed up late.
I kept on messaging him, and I'm like, he's not messaging back. He was busy.
Yeah. My fingers were tired. So I had to get used to this new lace. It's thicker than I'm used to.
My wife
It-
goes, how does he do that lacing? I'm like, sewing.
very carefully.
Very
She's like, are you
patiently.
serious? I'm like, yeah.
It's like sewing, basically.
Mhm.
Because what I do is when I make the strap, before I put the plates on, I punch the slots around the edge of the strap. Then I dye it. Then I put the plates on, put the backing on. Then I go back and punch the holes again to go through the backing.
How tough is it to pull the lacing through?
It's not too bad. It's been a lot of practice, a lot of trial and error. I finally found a needle that doesn't pull back, that doesn't, where the lace doesn't pull apart. Basically screw it in. It's called a Permalock needle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Ryan Stokes told me about that.
Awesome.
Stokes
That's what's good
leather.
about-
It's another good one if you want some leather done. So, but
That's what's-
the lacing part isn't hard. It's real easy. It's just go through the slot, go through the X, go through the slot, go through the X. Just lather, rinse, repeat all the way around the belt. The tricky part is the splicing of the lace, because
Oh, wow.
basically you have to shave off the end of it on both ends so they'll equal the same thickness. Glue it together, and then hopefully you have to let it dry long enough where it won't pull apart as it goes through the slot. So the slot's a little tight, especially with this thicker lacing. This calf lacing is thicker than what I've been used to. So, but it's real easy. It's real easy to splice. It's real easy to work with. But going through the slots makes it just, and on the corners, I go 2 extra times to the holes to make sure that corner's covered up. So you have to widen that slot a little bit to make sure the needle and the lace goes through there. And I had some struggles there with this lace, but it worked out. I'm glad it did. It turned out beautiful.
That lacing, they make it in every different color, or
Well, yeah, they make it in some different colors, but I'm used to black for some reason, because the Tandy store I go to doesn't carry very many variety of colors. They carry what the most popular colors are. They carry white, they carry brown, they carry black. They got the raw leather color, the raw hide color.
How hard is
Yeah,
it to
if
dye?
you get if you get a raw hide, you can just dye it.
How hard is it to dye the lacing?
I don't know. I've never tried it. Never tried it.
Hmm.
I think it'd probably be difficult because it's already dyed. It's kind of hard to because it soaks into the leather. It's like
Mhm.
stain. You can't stain over stain. You have to sand it down through the stain because it soaks
Yeah.
into the leather. So
Hmm.
that's why it's hard. Like the TV strap that's red. It's bright red. It's painted because you can't dye a strap red like that. It soaks into the leather. The paint sits on top of the leather, like
Mhm.
painting a house.
Okay.
So, but I'm thinking about buying an airbrush. Tandy suggested an airbrush and thin the paint down. It'll cover better, won't crack as much. So I learned it. I'm still learning as I go. I mean, it's a lot of tricks I have yet to learn. So
did you learn from that IC belt that you had?
not yet. I'm learning now, but I've done some IC belts. What we got here?
Hey James, this is where I got that eBay flag from. This is the eBay seller.
Okay,
cool.
awesome.
Liquidation
Liq-
Gurus.
Yep, Liquidation Gurus.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
I'm-
Appreciate it.
It was $22.
That's
wow,
not
that's a hell
bad.
of a deal.
Am I coming off quiet because I don't sound as loud in my ears?
No, you're
No,
you're
you sound perfect.
Sound
Okay.
great, Mark. You're good.
Yeah.
Am I? Well, I got rid of the echo by clicking on echo cancellation, and since I did that, I can't hear myself as loud as I heard earlier.
Can you take one of them out and then turn it up?
No.
Tell you what, I have no room on my walls for anything. I'm running out of room for belts.
I've
Come on,
got
put
I've
some
got
on the
some cubes
ceiling.
left open. So.
Yeah, I had to move some. I just didn't have. I mean, I don't have as many as you have. I try to keep. Let's see. Anywhere from 9 to 12 is what I usually like to keep.
I think I'm heading to 60.
Just don't have that. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I want to go back also and give props to Tanvir Khurshid at the Dream Championship belts for this belt. He made the plates. I did the leather. He's
Dream
another maker,
Championship
does a beautiful job. Very beautiful job. In fact, I ordered 2 more sets of plates from him today.
And that eagle pops on that belt too.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. But I ordered a world-class 6-man tag belt from him and the world-class light heavyweight championship, which I'm going to put on my leather, of course. But, you know,
It doesn't look like a pigeon.
No, it doesn't look like a pigeon, no. Or a vulture. But anyway, this is another maker that I just started dealing with. He doesn't sponsor the show, but I told him I gave him props for this because this belt turned out beautiful. It really did.
Nice plates.
Mhm.
Nice plates.
Very nice.
He's got some of those in stock, he said. So if you want one of those, he'll make a good deal. And he said he tried to watch the show. He may not watch it live, but if you're watching later, Tanvir, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you today. We worked out some details on that light heavyweight.
Nice.
We also wanted to say, we've got more giveaways coming.
Yes.
I know you guys and people out there, hope if they've not, the championship belt coins that Carmine Sabia does. This coin here is one that I bought and we're going to give away. That is actual stones that are placed in it. So
Gorgeous.
we're going
Look at
to be doing a giveaway with that. I also have an NWA, a domed globe one that I'm going to give away as well on the
Nice.
page.
Is it the dome one or the flat one?
I think it's the flat one.
Okay, I got one here. I'll show it off.
It's the flat one. We're going to give away one of these as well. We're probably going to look at doing some unique things and probably keep this do something like this every 3 months or so of maybe having people vote for or who gets the most likes of saying hey, this contest is for the best outdoor belt pitcher. We're going to do maybe the best 30-second promo that you wanted to do if you wanted to do it.
Ooh, he said
the best-
promos.
The best we'll do one that's the best picture of a belt
Fingerprints
with
on
a figure beside it. Just creative days, and if anybody else has got any creative ideas for us to do some giveaways to keep everybody engaged in the page, post your belt pictures. Post your you don't have to do belts. Anything
Like when
wrestling
Bob's
related.
Beauty's posting with the
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
It can
Another
be
press
figure.
right.
You guys can post figures, magazines, wrestling matches, whatever you want. Anything wrestling related, post up. We'd love to see it.
If
But
you
yeah.
haven't seen these before, these were made for the Beltomania guys over there.
That's nice.
They
Every
are
single point are beautiful.
it is without a doubt the best small wrestling memorabilia out there today.
definitely.
They are
Best thing going today.
they are etched, they are gold plated, they are solid, they are thick.
How many stones are in that? In this one right here? How many stones? 15,000? Or is it that too many?
No.
I think that's way too many. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
a bunch.
1,500.
Maybe 1,500. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're hand placed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Each and every one hand placed.
So and it was a limited coin. He's not ordering. He won't order anymore. And you can't because of how much work they've done. So I'll be giving away that. We'll be giving away that. And we're gonna do something like that too. Maybe do some figures in the future. But post up your stuff. Post up your figures, your magazines, your matches.
Go on.
And we just want to have fun on our page, drama free, and we also keep the page free of spamming makers. Makers can show off their belts, but it's not going to be sales posts and this, that, and the other.
Now you can advertise that you're looking for a belt.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm looking for this, I'm wanting this, I'm wanting this, but
I like to use
if
the
you have a
word.
big lot to sell and you're needing to sell it for some emergency things, get with Mark or me, and we'll try to figure something out to get you immediate post up or something. But that's
We'll do it on a case by case basis because we don't want guys just saying, "I got 3 or 4 belts I want to sell because I want to." Like this Trav Walt did the other day with me. He said, "I'm just trying to get my collection done quicker." No, we're not going to do that.
But that was just 2 belts. I mean, if you've got, I can understand if you got 4 belts you want to sell and you wanted to keep it on one post that you can keep up with and answer questions better. Yeah, we get that, but we're just trying to keep it so it's not just bombarded with sales posts and makers and all that kind of stuff. And we want it to be about the hobby. And remember, it's about the hobby. It's not about you. So
Exactly.
Mhm.
I like to use the word toxicity free.
Yeah.
And that's what this group is all about. I like this.
Mhm. That's what I try to do in my group. No drama. No.
well, I didn't even want to bring up what we want. Mark wanted to, thought, and I kind of thought, we should bring up because of my name, but it was eventually taken down because it wasn't true. So
Well, we can talk about controversial things. I mean, it's part of the hobby, but
I mean, if
we also
Dustin, I don't know if this guy, I believe this guy deleted it on his own, but if Dustin took it down, I appreciate that. There's just no truth to it. I didn't do any scamming.
it happens. It happens. We just need to expose these guys. So
Mhm.
just let people not to deal with them or to exercise caution if they insist on dealing with it. Because you can't. Some guys are going to insist on dealing with a guy because for whatever reason, but just we will make sure the information's out there so you can make an informed decision.
And
Pierce?
scammers,
Pierce.
if you're actually going to say that a box is empty when it's been weighed and you got receipts, come on, just stop it. But
Yeah.
if you're fearful of whatever, I have never in 20 years had a box come empty, anything go wrong. Do your due diligence, do your checking, do whatever. But there was no need for me to be alarmed dealing with this person at first because he sent me everything I needed, and all it was me just sending him his belt. But
Mhm.
If you're going to scam, be good at it.
You know what, too? This helps out the new guys getting into the hobby too. Not just us older
I
guys.
recommend when you sell a belt, be able to mark your squiggly right when you tape it all up, so there can't be no evidence of somebody opening it beforehand or whatever. Even in the case of a UPS employee taking it, you have proof that this box was open before it ever got there. And just be careful, and if you got something that's very, very expensive, I always recommend it. You buy your insurance.
Yeah.
Insurance is very cheap on these things.
It is.
I believe $2,000 by UPS is not more than $15 to $20, I believe. So
It's not much at all. I've insured a couple of packages just because I had a couple of them that got stuck in transit, both in Oklahoma City. But I've never had one lost yet.
yeah, and if people understand, if I know with United States Postal Service, if something is, and I think this works with all of, if something sits at somewhere for 2 or 3 days or it doesn't get to where it's going, past by a week, you can go online and quickly fill out a form. It takes 3 or 4 minutes. I think it's actually less than that. I think it took me about a minute to do it because it's just a couple questions about, and it'll be sent to the destination. Like if I'm worried, it'll be sent to the destination postal service, and what they'll do is they will send it to get on the horn and send an email to the facility wherever it's stuck at and not move for a while, and they do an active search for it. And I'm home, I'm retired, I'm here all the time, so I do all my shopping just about online. And I can tell you the ones that go stuck or haven't moved or delayed, as soon as I've sent this, it's been maybe 5 or 6 times I've had, as soon as I do that, 2 or 3 days later, the package shows up because they go looking for it and they find it because it gets knocked off or whatever. That's an easy way to find your belt too that you can do if it's delayed.
Yeah.
The one time, the second time I got the package stuck, I kept calling my post office. I went down there in person and talked to them, and they kept saying, "Well, we're watching it." Well, watching it doesn't help it move.
Yeah.
So the guy on the other end called his post office, chewed them out, called my post office, chewed them out, and they hung up on him. So I filed a claim. And the day after I got the check, the package arrived. So, yeah.
That's a benefit.
Yeah. It's a $50 check, but you have to turn it back in.
We all know you were scamming and you had somebody working for you.
Yeah, come on, Mark.
Mark, did you file it? Okay, I'm gonna put it on the transporter.
Actually, my USPS driver lives 3 doors down from me. So,
oh, so you really have one that's your friend that you know?
well, he's not my friend. We're acquainted.
He's afraid of dogs.
I can't believe that. No. I know it's not the driver. I know him. He's a good guy.
Well, my delivery guy for USPS is either my neighbor or another girl. But I know how they now she delivered my package at the end of the block one time. I was waiting on the world class belt to come in. She delivered a block down the street. But, hello?
That was me. I get stuff like from California in like 2 days, but stuff from like New York and Pennsylvania will take 2, 3, 4 days. It's crazy sometimes.
They say the Northeast is terrible.
Yeah,
the
like
Northeast,
I ordered some.
Yeah, I don't like buying from the Northeast.
I just ordered some statues from GameStop. It was an Undertaker and a Stone Cold. They said I was supposed to get them on the 18th, I believe, and I got both of them today.
Wow. You know, one thing I've noticed is when I order belts from overseas, they're shipped DHL, and they go to Cincinnati. And I think Andy's the one that opens the package, inspects them, and rewraps the box.
Somebody's got to.
He looks like Mr. Evil with the cat.
Yeah. Anyway, they get there and they sit there for a day or two, and then they transfer over to the postal service, and I get them within a couple of days. They get through the customs pretty quick.
When I got my belt from Unique, I got it pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Because it was a week. It was supposed to be a week out, but it actually was a couple of days earlier, like 4 days earlier.
James, we're about to wrap up the show. Sorry about that. We're about to wrap up the show. But yeah, they're pretty quick. DHL, it doesn't take but 2 or 3 days to get over here to the States from Pakistan.
Yeah.
And then another 2, maybe 2 or 3 days at the most for the postal service, because DHL does not deliver in person here for some reason. They transfer it to USPS. So it takes about maybe 6, maybe 7 days to get here, which is pretty quick from the other side of the world anyway.
Usually get mine in about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Never a problem.
Well, mine would get here quicker if Andy quit opening my packages in Cincinnati.
I got to go through them, dude.
Well, you can at least wrap it back up.
I'll try to remember to do it.
Next time, put the squiggly line with the
Squiggly line.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
Yeah. And save your screenshots.
Yeah.
And make sure you don't take the tape off the bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Just pull the belt out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey guys, I know we're getting ready to wrap it up. I just want to I sent Mark a couple of pictures. So I was hoping if you wouldn't mind, Mark, posting them up.
Sure. Let me get them up here real quick.
Hey Jim. Jim, have you heard any more if you're going to be doing the championship match?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I was going to say that.
I have not heard anything yet, but I was hoping I could get Mark to throw up a couple of the pictures for me. Just a little bit of advertisement for the show for the people who are watching, who live close, who are actual, into real wrestling and not just the corporate stuff that's on TV.
Hey, Jim, if you want to put anything you want up and love those wrestling belts, go ahead.
Yeah, she's okay. She doesn't have any bruises or anything. She tried to get up by herself.
Put them up in this group too. Here we go.
But All Star Wrestling is one of the promotions I work for. Is celebrating their 16th anniversary, and the main event of the show I've been posting on Facebook. But if you guys would happen to send me some good vibes or say some prayers or whatever, go for it. The main event is ASW Heavyweight Champion Davey Richards versus the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Matt Cardona in a title match. I'm hoping to get to referee this match.
We're definitely rooting for you, man. We're definitely rooting
for you. That'd be an honor.
So, keep your fingers crossed for me. Send good vibes, prayers, whatever you guys, whatever you do. Keep me in your thoughts, and hopefully, if I'm lucky, and even if I don't, I'm still on the card. I'm still working the show, so I'll get to, meet the guys and get a couple of autographs on a few. You see them, and it'll be fun. But yeah, I'm hoping
for you.
Wishing, yeah.
If there's a pin in that match, one way or the other, if you're doing the 1, 2, 3. I want a video screenshot or a video of that or a little clip of that so we can put it on the show.
Definitely. Well, what I'm hoping, and and once again, I'm kind of the new guy working for the promotion, so it's not a guarantee that I'm going to get this match.
Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Stay positive.
I don't expect anything. I have, zero expectations.
And James is not advocating for referees to disappear out of the promotion.
No, not at all. But if you happen to pick this Saturday, okay, because I will be there.
Hey, what if
No, all seriousness though,
We'll send some fake COVID,
Yeah.
fake COVID positive notifications.
No, man, I live in
about
West
the
Virginia, man. They
referees.
don't. That's not going to work. But no, seriously though,
Well, if you have
I'm
COVID,
excited.
then
It's
let's
going to be a
get
really
fixed
cool
it.
show. Brian Myers, he was oh crap, I can't think of his name in WWE now.
Woo,
Zack
woo,
Ryder?
woo. Zack
No,
Ryder.
that's Matt Cardona.
No.
Brian Myers was with
Oh, I can't think of what his name was. Brian.
No, it wasn't Brian. It was.
hold on, guys. That's what the Google machine's for.
Yeah.
Woo woo woo. You
Woo,
know
Yeah,
what?
that was Matt Cardona. That was Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because a friend of mine told me about that the other day. Then Richard did it, and it just cracks me up right there. Woo woo woo.
Kurt Hawkins.
That's it.
There you go.
That and my
Chelsea
ringtone, right,
Green,
Mark?
Chelsea Green's going to be there.
Oh, Chelsea
nice.
Green. Mm.
Oh yeah.
So we'll
Put her on plate.
Jarrett.
Put her on plate and sop her up with a biscuit.
Oh, big time.
So I'm hoping, that things work out and I get to do, at least have my one claim to fame before I can, go jump off a bridge or something. I don't know.
You can check it off your bucket list, man. Positive vibes and prayers, man.
And then on to
We'll be
bigger and better.
We'll
You'll
keep
do
our
it.
fingers
You'll do it,
crossed for
Jim.
you.
You'll do
Yeah,
it.
man, please. By all means, it'll be Saturday. And now the same promotion in June or July have a special thing called the Bash and Beckley. And right now, I know for a fact one of the matches that's already signed and is going to happen will be FTR versus the American Wolves.
Ooh.
So that's for sure. I know that Big Cass and Enzo are going to be there.
Definitely.
It's going to be Jake the Snake Roberts is going to be there. It's going to be a really good show. So yeah,
We'll be keeping our fingers crossed for you. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to actually end this show 2 minutes early. So we were late last week.
Few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know me at all, you know I keep to a strict schedule. So I start that countdown timer 2 minutes before the show starts, and we try to end it on time. So
I try to keep my mouth shut.
In the morning. But I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I want to thank Andy. I want to thank Kevin, James, and Richie. Sorry, I'm trying to read the names. I know your name, but I'm so focused on reading it. Lane had to drop off early because he had company show up.
He's here for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, it was actually good to meet Kevin, for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Kevin's one of the best.
He is, yeah.
Unless I'm mailing a belt to Wisconsin.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Or Cleveland. Cleveland.
But I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we're going to have, but we'll come up with something good for you.
It'll be a good time no matter what.
Yeah. If you want to show your collection off, I'd love to have you on the show. I've asked this many times. Don't be shy. I know some guys don't have cameras. I know Norm wants to come on, but he's waiting to get a better camera. But I'd like to have somebody come on here and show off their collection. That's basically what the show is about.
Also, please, when you get a new belt day, you can record it or you can go live in the whatever how you want to do it. Just record your reaction and you getting a new belt. I'd like to. I like seeing that. That's what the hobby is for. And record. I don't care how bad of a quality is or a phone. Just prop it up. It ain't got to be the best. Just show us opening the belt and then post all the pictures you want. We love seeing it.
I got a double new belt day coming.
Awesome. Now you see my belt of the week videos. You see how the cameras move around on the. If you want to take 4 videos of those different angles, send them to me. I'll add them to the video. So it doesn't have to be my belts. So anyway, want to thank everybody again for watching. We'll be back next week. I hope you have a good weekend and a good rest of the week. Have a good night, everybody.